Welcome to Channel 18 News. I'm Jim Rogers. Wes Gerald, age 41, pled guilty to failure to appear and bail jumping Tuesday afternoon in 8th Judicial District Court. Gerald was sentenced to 3 years in the Texas Department of Criminal Justice. As a part of his plea bargain agreement, other charges, including aggravated assault and retaliation, possession of drug paraphernalia, and engaging in organized crime, were dropped. Gerald was one of 4 arrested Monday, November 17, 2015, when an undercover bust-by created the necessity for the Special Crimes Unit to rush a house located on the service road near I-30 East. The 4 arrested had assaulted an individual whom they originally thought would make a buy, but was instead an informant. The informant was assaulted and his communication devices, including cell phone, were taken from him by force. Special Crimes Unit rescued the informant and arrested 3 males at that time: Wes Gerald, age 40, Caleb James Bryant, age 21, August Adams, and a female, Morgan Lee O'Boyle, age 23, who were all charged at the time with engaging in organized criminal activity. A burglary in Arbela area has led Hopkins County Sheriff's investigators to the Internet, to Van Zandt County, and today to Wood County for further questioning of a suspect who is shown on video pawning the items stolen. 3 of the items, a wedding ring, a tennis bracelet, and a Nikon camera, have been recovered and returned to the owner, according to investigator Dennis Finley. Other items taken in the burglary of a habitation were guns, knives, and additional jewelry. County investigators began follow-up on the burglary by going to an online site that is designed to assist law enforcement in tracking pawned items. There they found the items stolen and contacted the pawn shop with the identifying information on those items. They also learned the name of the individual who had pawned the items. Finley said that the name, Kenneth Shane Henson, was well known to local investigators. Although Henson is not from Hopkins County, his activities have crossed the county line on several occasions. Finley traveled to the pawn shop where the items were found and viewed the video of Henson and a female companion. Sarah Nicole Barker, age 27, was transferred to Hopkins County Jail from Van Zandt County Jail, where she was charged with credit card, debit card abuse. Now she faces in Hopkins County the charge of burglary of a habitation, a felony too. She's being held in Hopkins County Jail on a $20,000 bond. It's now a he said, she said situation, as the story is told by Henson R. Barker. Henson said he paid a friend $100 for the items he had pawned. Barker's story is quite different. She told Finley that Henson gave her the tennis bracelet as a present and had given her the wedding ring, but she gave it back to him since it was not, quote, from him, unquote. She said that Henson told her his uncle in Sulphur Springs had given the items to him. According to Barker, Henson had taken her to his sister's house, where she saw the exact same items that were listed as missing in the burglary. Today, Finley goes to Wood County for another interview with Henson. Finley calls Barker cooperative. Tenacity for justice served proved true for the district attorney's office Wednesday morning in 8th Judicial District Court. District Attorney Will Ramsey, knowing that a 10-year probation was nearing an end and that restitution ordered as a condition of probation had not been made, filed a motion to continue the order of probation while having the probationer accept a state jail felony. In March 2006, Kathy Lynn Haygood pled guilty to the theft more than $20,000, less than $100,000. She was given a 10-year probated sentence. Now Haygood is under order by the court to make restitution of over $57,000. Paris Junior College in southeastern Oklahoma State strengthened their relationship Tuesday at the signing of an agreement that will assist transfer students. The 2+2 articulation agreement allows a seamless transition for students transferring from PJC into 7 additional programs at Southeastern University: chemistry, criminal justice as a major or as a minor, elementary education, hospitality management, recreation, Spanish, and special education. Signing the agreement during the ceremony were PJC President Dr. Pamela Anglin and Southeastern President Sean Burridge. Paris Junior College serves over 5,000 students in the Northeast Texas area, including Lamar County, Red River, Delta, Hunt, and Hopkins counties, and has provided quality education since 1924. PJC provides academic transfer and workforce training classes and programs. Southeastern has an enrollment of 4,000 students. Southeastern's main campus is in Durant, Oklahoma, but they also have a branch campus in Idabel, Oklahoma, and several programs offered at 7 other locations in Oklahoma and Texas.
He's a product of Sulphur Springs High School theater and a homegrown talent. Tristan Pullen is home for the summer, but he's never at rest. He's directing at Main Street Theater July 7th through 17th, a play called August Osage County. So let's find out about the play and Tristan's next gig in New York City.
I am directing August Osage County by Tracy Letts at Main Street Theater. If you came to see Streetcar last year, it is completely different. I took a modern take on that. And with this one, I'm going back to the roots of theater and really going for a traditional method to directing, something very simple, very basic, but where you truly get to see the gritty realism of life with this one.
Tell us the title again.
The title is August Osage County.
Okay. Set in Oklahoma?
It is set in Oklahoma. Osage County is actually 45 miles right outside of Tulsa. So it's set in a real location, and it's real life people. None of these characters you would not see in real life, which is amazing for a play. You always have this one fanciful character, and they're all relatable. So yeah, it's pretty amazing.
Kind of folks like us. Well, and so it's going to be at Main Street Theater.
Yes, ma'am.
And when?
The show dates are July 7th through the 17th. One major date is July 8th. We are having a gala night, a night to remember. The mayor of Sulphur Springs, I talked to her the other day. She's coming in to read a proclamation, and Miss Senior Hawkins County is coming in to read the poem that the play was based on, The Hollow Man by T.S. Eliot. And it starts at 6:00. There will be snacks and foods and cheese and drinks, and we will have a night where she's going to read a proclamation to dedicate the day to Micah Reed.
Really?
Yeah. He was probably one of the greatest influences in my life, truly. He was a beautiful soul, and when he passed and went on to look down at us, smiling, I vowed that day that everything I do from this day on, I will do to somehow live on and for him, because he truly did influence me in a way that no other human on earth has ever done.
He was loved by many, and yes, huge. His funeral was the biggest I've ever seen.
Yeah, he was.
Goodness.
I was in Santa Fe and couldn't come back. I was in a show, but it truly touched me. He did.
Well, let's talk about Tristan. You're a product of Sulphur Springs High School Theater.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Through and through.
And one of your mentors, of course, is your instructor there.
Yes, Miss Dawn Doyle Jones. Mm-hmm. Yes, ma'am.
And a friend. And so you've been sharing some phone calls and stuff with her through this summer about new things opening up for you.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
And your career to come. And we're going to talk about all that. So last year you were not at Main Street Theater, but you were at Reed Entertainment Theater with what play?
I did A Streetcar Named Desire by Tennessee Williams, and it was a huge success. The town loved it. I got outpours of messages through Facebook and the News Telegram of what people thought of it, because they had never seen theater like that in this town, and it was beautiful. And for my debut in this town as a director, I couldn't have asked for a better production. After that, you went off to school. Yes, ma'am. And you're still involved in that school, Santa Fe, New Mexico. Yes, Santa Fe University of Art and Design. And I am. I added 2 minors to my major. Now I'm a BFA acting major and a minor in technical theater and a minor in arts management. Okay. And so then, when the semester ended, you came back home. You have this play to do, and another this summer. Yes, I'm going to be doing a cabaret called Get That Boy to Broadway. Wonderful. And then you take off for Broadway.
Tell us about that.
I recently have got an internship on Broadway. I will be working with the new group on 42nd Street, and I will be a production assistant for the musical Sweet Charity, starring Sudden Foster, which is a big Broadway star. She's won countless Tony Awards. Was in the revived Thoroughly Modern Millie. She was just in the original cast of Violet, and she was in the revival of Anything Goes. She's a phenomenal actress, and so yeah, and it's a musical, so it's what I love, and I will just be in the back. I won't be on stage like I'm used to, but which is great because now I'm a director. So, but I will truly get to see where Broadway is and how Broadway works and where I am in the placement of other artists and where I need to get to before I graduate college.
And isn't this also multi-layered?
Yes.
I mean, you go to school, you're learning, you come home, you're somebody here because you're from here and you're a director here in town. Then you go off to New York City and you're, I won't say nobody again, but you're in the back learning again.
Yeah, and it's amazing because, like when you're here, you are quote unquote small town famous. That like when you grow up here, everyone knows you because they've heard your voice on KSST from when you were a Rumpelstiltskin in a play when you were 5 years old, to when you came and talked when you were a senior in high school in Cats, and then you come back and you talk when you're in college. So people know you, and like you have your little fan club that comes sees all your shows, and then you go off to like when I went to New Mexico, no one knew me, but I have yet to figure out what it is, but there's something that draws people's eye to me, and I think it's because I am an old soul that like, most kids my age don't say yes ma'am anymore, and I say yes ma'am, and it like sparks an interest in someone.
And you've been complimented on that by professors.
I have. My directing mentor, John Jury, who's world renowned, said that my Southern Baptist religion taught me how to respect my elders, and it will get me far. And I've learned that if I want to make it, that sleep's not that important, and sometimes you have to go above and beyond to show that you are an existing person. And when you do, then people take notice, and it's baby steps to get up the chain.
What do you think New York will be like?
I don't know. I went when I was a freshman in high school, and I was awestruck by everything around me, and I don't think this is going to be a vacation. I was told that my days will start at 6:30 and I won't get done until about midnight. So I think it's going to be a lot of work, but something that I'll never be able to repay. Like, this is an opportunity that people die to get, and I'm getting it when I'm 20, and some people never get this.
Well, you are really, really on a ride, and I know you're soaking up every minute of it.
Yes, ma'am.
You have some other neat things coming up, but let's don't talk about those yet. I want to talk about your studies, your theater training at school, New Mexico, where you have been, and of course you're going to expand that when you go to New York. Things like method acting and all those words you were saying earlier. Tell me about those things.
Okay, so I consider myself a method actor where you... when you are given a role to act, you don't just play the role, you become the role in your outside life too. You truly start learning the mannerisms and how you talk, how you sit, how you walk, how you pick up a phone. Each character is different. And why do they pick it up with their thumb up? Is there a reason? Why is their pinky out? Do they have arthritis? Do you sway when you walk? Is there something wrong with your hip? You learn everything to make such a show specific. And I've been learning viewpoints, which is how just naturally you're sitting there and I'm slumped. And how, like, if you moved, I would move to counterbalance you and to figure out how to coexist in this world with you. And it was amazing. And then I also learned Suzuki, which is a Japanese form of theater created by Tadashi Suzuki. And what it is you completely focus on all your body to become completely present. And you stomp, you march, you do these things with your feet for 4 hours. Non-stop physical activity, and then you break for 30 minutes and then you do a show. So you're completely physically exhausted to where you can go and do a show where you have nothing left to give except what you have to give. And I did a show called Sundown Beach, and it was set during World War II before we knew what PTSD was. And I was an airman, and I was an alcoholic. And I have never in my life connected to a character like that. And it's beautiful. And when I come home, I bring all this stuff that I learned and try as much as I can to teach, because sometimes you need an 8-week program to teach it. But it's amazing. And it's amazing what Sulphur Springs can teach you, and then you go out into the world and then you can bring it back. And it's fun.
It's amazing the people that have gone out from here in different walks of life that have really been successful.
Yes,
There's
ma'am.
something about this place we come from.
Well, I think it's the support in this town. Someone told me recently, I was talking to them, they said if you can get the support of your hometown, the world's easy.
Okay.
And I
guess
truly
that's
feel
probably
that.
true.
I truly feel that with Sulphur Springs, because there's such a vast audience here. We have like the very Southern Baptist people. We have the liberals. We have conservatives. We have, the bikers. We have the cowboys. And like, if you can get all of them to come to support you, you're doing something right. And I'm getting close.
There is the play that you are directing that will take the stage starting July 7th.
Yes, ma'am.
In August, Osage County. And I was thinking about that word, Osage, it being the same tree as the bodark.
Yes, ma'am.
Which, of course, we know Commerce is famous for, and all this strip of land from here all the way up through Oklahoma.
Yes, and which is poetic about the play, too, because the whole show is about family secrets. The mother has cancer. The father has gone missing. No one knows where he's gone. And the mother has mouth cancer. And she has taken the responsibility upon herself to take pain medication to where she can't feel it anymore. And the whole family comes home to mourn the father because you find out he's died. And you find out throughout the years what everyone did to each other, because they're confined in this small country town where nothing is for 15 miles, and there's no AC, so they're all hot and they're sweaty and they're confined, and there's yelling and there's fighting, but there's these heart-wrenching moments. One of my favorite moments is they're on the porch and she's just crying because they can't find the dad. They haven't heard what's happened yet. And she comes out on the porch and the mother is crying, and she said, "Are you hurting?" And she said, "Yes, I'm hurting. I have cancer and I'm scared and it burns and I'm scared. And Beverly, which is her husband, is gone and I'm alone, and he did everything for me, and here I am by myself." And it truly shows the side of cancer that, the media doesn't get to see. We see them in the hospital, we see them here, but like, what is it like being home with cancer? And how does it affect people? And is there anger? Is there despair? Is denial? And how does everyone work? This play is multi-layered. It has, it's just multi-layered.
We will be there to discover what you're trying to tell us, because we'll have to be in our seats.
Yes, it's so much. I could talk for 3 hours on it. But yeah, come, and you'll totally get to experience it.
And enjoy some time with Tristan while he is home this summer. If you're a friend of his, I just always love and look forward to getting to talk to Tristan Pullen. He is so interesting.
Well, thank you.
And brings out things maybe that I had forgotten about when I was younger. How old are you now?
I'm 20.
Just 20.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
What is your dream of dreams? And we have like 1 minute. What's your dream of dreams?
Well, my dream of dreams would be to direct on Broadway, but truly is to teach. I want to give kids what I have. And if it wasn't for people like, Amanda Thompson or Miss Doyle, I wouldn't be me. And I am loving the artist I'm becoming, and I want to bestow that on someone else.
Well, I think you're teaching when you're with folks and talking about theater, because you can't help but do it. You have such a passion and love for it. You said something earlier when we were chatting, you'd rather be in the theater than sleep?
Yeah, I would. I'd rather be working in a theater or reading a script or not sleeping. There's something in the meat of a script that can feed me, that Sleep can't, food can't. And it's, when God blesses you with a gift, it's like you blossom. And when I put my hands on a script and really dig into it, I see God. It's where I talk to God. And it's like I'm in church. And it's phenomenal. So, yeah.
Thank you for sharing that with
thank
us,
you.
Tristan.
And
we
thank
will
you for
see
talking with me.
Yes, thanks for coming. We'll be with you at Main Street Theater July 7th through 17th.
Yes, ma'am.
At downtown.
Yes, ma'am.
See you there.
Thanks for watching Channel 18 News. Have a great evening.
What? What happened? Where am I? You were a prisoner of the wicked to the west. You're in Wonderland.
But you're free now.
What are you talking about? I just want to get home to Kansas.
And Toto too?
Well, duh. Anybody. You want to see Linda around here? What's left?
And it stinks.
What do you expect? Rock, corn. What about friends?
The witch is gone, but there's still zombies.